She got that phone. Alexa, stop. Good morning. Better days are coming. Better days are here. It's okay. And you know what? I am a person who writes everything down. And I wanted to share with you what happened yesterday, but I can't find my notes. And it's just because they're sitting right in front of me. But I want to just say good morning. And I want you to know that if you start reading your Bible now, then it will be great because you will begin to get some clarity. Oh, here's the notes I was looking for. And you begin to get some strength. And when I was looking through my papers, I found this $5 bill. I'm like, woohoo, honey, it's all good. You know, I'm a person who struggles. Well, I guess it's a struggle. I'm just overweight. I use a wheelchair, a walker, a cane. And honey, I'm on this YouTube channel telling you to lose weight with me. Some of you have knee problems, chronic problems, back problems. And I found out yesterday, there's a lady, it's called SCS. They put this thing in your spinal tap, the spinal area, to help you with pain. And she got it done a year ago in Michigan. And good morning, Ansa. I appreciate the love. I love you right back, too. And I just see so much hope going so many different places. So I just say, join me, honey. If you don't have any weight issues, but you got some positive stuff going on, tell us. Because what we need is to know what people who don't have a weight issue, how they live their life. How do you eat? And what do you say? And what do you do? And I used my last ginger lemon this morning tea. So I got to put that on my list to get some more, honey. Okay, hi Courtney. Good morning, beautiful. It's so lovely to see you, beautiful sunshine smile. First thing in the morning. Good morning, Courtney. Thank you for that. Courtney, you're in Jamaica. The U.S. State Department has put Jamaica on the do not travel list. And I'm like, come on, the U.S. State Department. We want to go to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica before, but I want to go again. And I just thought that's interesting. Good morning, Michelle. Thank you for joining me. So, yesterday, when I went to the YMCA, every time I get out the pool and struggle to get in my wheelchair, the manager comes up as soon as I get in my wheelchair, and I'm saying, look, I need you to give me some space because I'm trying to get out of the pool area, and you can talk to me when I'm in the hallway somewhere. So, I had the camera on. I turn my camera on all the time. It's not even anything new because y'all see me posting videos. So when and on top of that, they always gang up on me. Good morning, Paris. They'll have two or more. So it's about 4 people there. Many times she'll come when I'm in the pool. I'm trying to exercise. I never see anybody else get disrupted when they're trying to exercise in the pool. My first day back on March the 4th, the man came and made me get out the pool, talking about put your wheelchair in the hall, then you can walk back into the pool area. I'm telling you, my knees hurt. I've been gone for 3 months because my knees hurt. I can't walk back in the pool area. This is my first day back. You have to build that strength up. 2 weeks ago, when I was getting out of the pool, I was short of breath. She was standing right there, seeing me, saying, I need help. Did she help me? No. Someone came out of the pool to help me get in my wheelchair, and then she comes up and grabs my bag off the floor. I said, don't touch that bag. That bag is fine. What I needed support for is I couldn't catch my breath. So once again, she's bugging me. I'm like, look, I need to get out here. I need to go see if the van's there because they come to pick me up 15 minutes after my class is over. So you only have 5 minutes to get in the van. So I don't have time to be being harassed by y'all, violating my ADA, So yesterday when she's talking, she walks up to me and says, we've been advocating for you. Oh, really? Advocating, no, because every time you tell me you don't care that my home care worker's not there to move my wheelchair. And the first time she told me I couldn't put my wheelchair in the pool area, I'm like, well, I need to be able to grab this bar to help me to stabilize myself to get in the pool. What should I do? She told me she didn't know. So now all of a sudden we're gonna woohoo, we're gonna cheerlead her up. You've been advocating for me. So I said, well, let me get out of the pool. So I get in the hallway. I turn my video on. And she's like, don't video me. I'm like, why? Because I don't want to be videoed. I'm like, okay. So I video myself. Then Steve goes, well, she don't want her voice in the video. Why not? I'm videoing myself. Is there anything wrong with me videoing myself? No, it is not. So she walks away and says she'll let corporate tell me what? The big cheerleader, the big advocate, or are you continuing to harass me? Have someone told you that you're violating my ADA rights by not offering me reasonable accommodations? Has someone explained to you that you told me that David Shipman did not want my wheelchair in the pool area? That's the first thing you told me. Then you said, oh, the fireman told you. I called the firemen to meet me at the Y. The firemen, I showed them where I parked my wheelchair, which is directly in front of the pool entrance. They said, ma'am, we cannot tell you that your wheelchair is a problem. They told me that with their own mouths. They measured it and everything. Because my wheelchair was out of the way, parked as far to the wall as possible. I used the bench to get up, and then I grab onto the bar and I walk in there. And then, building and code said, and then they start using the word policy. Oh, it's our policy. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, the ADA then told me that, no, first of all, I called all the other YMCAs, and they said, come on in the pool. I said, what's the clearance? They said, oh, it's plenty of room for you to get in the pool. So that's the first thing that clearance means. It doesn't mean that my wheelchair got to be so many feet. It means that there has to be enough space for me to access getting in the pool just like anybody else. So not only have they been harassing me, I have been sitting at tables and they sent Jay to tell me there has to be 50 feet between me and the table. Nobody else has to put 50 feet, and they're sitting there. The rule says anybody, whether they have a disability or not, should be free to come and use the services at public spaces. The ADA verbiage says this is not new. It's decades old. Decade is 10 years. So it's 10, 20, 30 years old, and companies have had enough time to get in compliance. So, all of these things they've been doing. I'm talking about, I came back in March after 3 months. Every day I'm in the pool, somebody sends somebody to me. So, it's just amazing how if you have a supervisor and you're doing something, instead of your supervisor saying, let me situate, this person should not be no one should harass or make a guest feel like they're being harassed. Instead of that, they just say whatever she's saying. And that is so unfortunate because the YMCA, although they say they're Christian, they advocate non-Christian values. But I guess they have to do that because that's the world we live in nowadays. But it's just a shame because, honey, all I'm trying to do is exercise. Y'all see how big and fat I am? I need to exercise. I'm looking for a pen. You know, you never can find a pen when you want it. And I always keep them right around here. So I guess I won't worry about it. There's probably one right here that I'm just missing. But I just like to have pens around me. So anywho, David Kirsch, and people, when they first, I would post it on Nextdoor to let them know, this is how these people are treating me. Then David Shipman came with Amanda, and they said, we want to talk to you. We want to start over. And then, of course, they began to blame me because I had threatened one of their staff people. I said, oh, I didn't threaten them directly. I said, I didn't threaten them. I promised them if we were not in Clarksville and we were in my hometown where my brother lived, my brother would come see about you mistreating me. That's what I know. It wasn't a threat. It's not even a threat. We just happen not to live in the city where my family lives. And so then I said, Amanda, you've been rude to me. And he said, no, she's done everything right. I looked in her eyes. I said, no, ma'am, you've been very rude to me. And you owe me an apology. So for your manager to tell a guest that their subordinate is okay being rude to a guest, that is crazy. See that? And then before that, her other manager came, and that woman said to me, what you want me to do about it? And I'm saying, I'm having problems getting through this door. And although it is compliant, it does meet ADA regulations, but the ADA regulations continue to say that everyone who enters your establishment should be able to enter and use the facilities without harm. So there's two parts to that. If my person or my equipment is being caused harm, then that has to be dealt with. So I want you to stay with me as I talk about what happened yesterday. And the reason that I talk about it is because most of the time when people are mistreating others, they rely on that person staying silent. And I'm not going to stay silent. You're not going to mistreat me, make me out to be a villain when all you're doing is violating my right to come and peacefully exercise by saying I'm breaking codes and clearances and that David don't want me parking my wheelchair in the pool area. All of that foolishness. And then every time I'm there, you're sending someone to harass me. You're coming to harass me. No, ma'am. No, sir. We're not going to do that because it's totally and unequivocally unnecessary. When all I ask for is those people to look at the door and how it had broke my wheelchair in August. I didn't know it was because of the door, because I only go places that have really big doors, like the hospital and even the gym that I have my personal training at. He is a really big door, so I don't have any problems entering and exiting. So their door just meets code, but it has that metal strip in it, and the metal strip is what cuts my wires on my wheelchair and breaks them. So when I realized, I said, hey, look at this with me. But that caused them to tell me that first she didn't even come to meet me. And then I sent her an email. I said, oh, I asked you to meet me at the door. Then she called me and said, I'm going to try to get the rules changed statewide so that we can't help you. So that was the answer. Then her supervisor called to say, I'm trying to follow up with trying to get the rules changed so we can't help you. I said, you're not wanting to help me when all I asked her to do is meet me at the door to look at the challenges I'm having getting through the door. So this manager named Kathy came, and that woman going to tell me what you want me to do about it. And that spun many months of harassment every week, every time. I'm coming to the pool. I'm exercising 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week, just all the time. So every time it's something. Oh, your wheelchair is a problem. People can't get by. Yes, they can. Because for a whole year and a half, I parked my wheelchair in the same spot. Nobody was ever a problem. People coming on the walk, they can get by there. And if they can't, my code exercises will help me. Move your wheelchair back. Or even the pool people will move it back. The pool people would come and help me get in the pool and get out if I'm having a problem. As I kept exercising, I got stronger. So it's just that asking for the manager to come to the door to look at what was happening caused her to tell them not to help me. The next day I come in, I said, can y'all open the door for me? She says, no, we can't open the door for you. But none of the doors inside have the button that will open by themselves. And then when I got to the pool, the teacher was saying, we were told don't touch that wheelchair. So you're saying it's because of liability? No. When I called other YMCAs, they said, oh, we'll help you. We'll help you if we need to. They said, when I called the ADA said, if you ask for help, they have to help you. It ain't about liability. It's about the ADA rule says you can get help as long as it doesn't cost them like a lot of money or anything. Or if it's not undue duress, even if it costs lots of money. Because some companies can afford that. So in any case, so all of these things that they're doing and putting me through is totally, unequivocally harassment. It's not necessary. Even my home coworker comes and she opens the door. I have a power wheelchair trying to get out. Crystal says, who got this door open? You can clearly see someone is trying to get my wheelchair. Crystal deactivates my membership. I said, we never had to. Once we register it, it's no problem. Well, we're gonna reinstate it every 3 months. That's ridiculous. Now, why is that? I've had colleagues who've been there over 20 years. They've never had to reinstate their memberships. I've never seen staff stop and interrupt any of my other swim mates and talk to them while we're trying to exercise. Clearly, something is wrong in the mix. So anyhow, at 1:49 yesterday, David Kirsch called me and he said that they were making some strides to accommodate me having a wheelchair in a better spot. which really has never been an issue before Amanda made it an issue. I was always able to maneuver myself and get into an area that was out of the way. And he says the incident with me filming the YMCA staff at the Y is a violation of the member handbook. Well, let's look at that. It's a violation of the member handbook. Filming, recording voices, anything like that based on the membership handbook. So he's using the terminology of policy. On behalf of our website, filming anyone on our property without consent. Those are, and he said, do you have any questions or concerns? Any more instances at all via video or voice moving forward, then they would cancel my membership. And then he went on to say, we've come up with a way to help you with a spot on the pool deck where I can park my wheelchair. We have a solution. Yes, they are Caucasian. They are Europeans. And I let him know. I said, David, I called you about a month ago and left you a voice message. He said, I'm sorry, I must have missed that. He said, I don't recollect. And so that's code word for you got my message. You just chose not to call me back. And I began to kind of talk to him about how ever since I've come back in March, I've been harassed every day. And it's not reasonable. And I've been explaining to those people I have knee problems, gout, carpal tunnel. And my home care worker was like, you got some issues going on right here too. I can't walk from 100 feet. I have to build up to that, especially after I've had a setback. But every day it's the same thing. You can't park your wheelchair here. You can't park your wheelchair there. You're in violation of clearance. You can bring your home care worker to move your wheelchair for you. And I'm like, look, I'm trying to swim and exercise. I mean, goodness. Oh yeah, but it's also skin color, but it's also obesity. It's also obesity as well, and it's a retaliation from saying anything, and And so he said that if they have to keep explaining things to me, then I'm actually harassing them. And he says, we can't supersede the fire department when the fire department gives directives. That's just a ploy on, blame game. The fire department doesn't supersede the ADA compliance saying that you have to accommodate someone who has a wheelchair, giving them equal access to the swimming pool. That's just something that they came up with. And he told me they purchased a new door and they didn't have to, but they decided that it was good for all the members. Actually, you did have to, because your door is causing harm. And so these people are simply incredibly rude and disrespectful and treating people unfairly because of, I love how the places where you can communicate it. They say, what are you being, what's your situation? Yes. Oh yeah. And we put harassment. Is it because of age? Yes. Disability? Yes. And race and color. Because people come in there, the handicapped people come in there with wheelchair. They park their wheelchair right there by the display of exercise equipment, or they park it on the side. And when one of my colleagues asked her, she said, I had my husband move her wheelchair over here. She said, Michael parks his wheelchair over here. Why can't she park hers over there? Oh, Amanda was so nice to her. She went and got the tape measure and explained. But you're explaining foolishness, because the ADA doesn't say that my wheelchair needs to be any inches away from anything. It says that there needs to be at least 32 to 48 inches so that I can use my wheelchair to get in the pool, having equal access to swim. So, but these people, I'm gonna read to you what I have, and I appreciate y'all listening. And this is the thing: when people do things to you, they do it because they depend on you not saying anything. They depend on you being quiet. And so I want you to know, when people mistreat you, you tell everybody, shout it out. It's okay, because at some point, right will find a right way. and they can use terminology like clearance and David, Mr. Shipman doesn't want you to park your wheelchair in the pool area, and then they can use, oh, the fire department. I'll call the fire department. Oh, building and codes. Oh, all of that. They can say all of that. But we live in a country where we have advocates who advocate for equal access under the law, which is the American Disabilities Act. And if you have a situation where you're not able to be independent and you need aid and tools and help, then hey, you still have a right to visit any public accommodation space. And surely no one should cancel your membership. That equates unnecessary duress. All because I asked a question. All because I asked you to visit with me at the door to show you that I was having trouble getting through the door. And my wheelchair literally broke. Because the metal bar, it's a stationary metal, it's literally a metal knife. It's stronger than my wheelchair that weighed 369 pounds. Yes, she was. Amanda was so polite to her, you would have not even realized it was the same person. So let me just read to you what I wrote. I was glad that I was able to print it. At 9:15 on Friday, while exiting the pool, Amanda Gill, along with her maintenance guy Steve, walked up to me saying, "We have been advocating for you." I said, "Let me get my wheelchair out of the pool area first." In the hallway, 3 or 4 people surrounded me, and I turned my camera on to record. Amanda said she don't want to be recorded, so I turned my camera on myself. Steve said she doesn't want her voice recorded. I said, "Why? Is that a problem with the camera? It's on me." They bombarded me and ganged up on me to harass me about my wheelchair. First saying it's a problem due to clearance. Next saying David Shipman doesn't want me in the pool area with my wheelchair. Next saying the fire department said that I can't be in the pool. Next saying building and code said that I had to be 50 feet away from the pool. All of these are wrong and violate ADA rights for equal opportunity to access the pool via reasonable accommodations. The VP of membership then called me at 1:15, which it was actually 1:49, and threatened me saying that if I record any staff member without their permission, I would lose my membership. I explained that I have been harassed by Amanda and her staff since October 2022. Once I made the staff aware that their metal door was damaging my wheelchair, prior to that announcement, I had been coming up to the Y for a year and a half, using the pool, staff helping me enter and exit as needed, moving my wheelchair if needed. Harassment started after I asked Amanda to look at the door with me. ADA says that everyone should be able to use these services without harm, and my wheelchair has been broken once in August due to the metal strip. Then in October, I realized that it was the metal strip. Amanda told the staff not to open doors for me, not to assist me, and then she was going to get the Y to change their statewide policy not to help me. And that's what she kept saying. She kept saying, "We're not going to help you." Her manager, Kathy, called and came to the Y and was rude to me as well. Asked me what did I want her to do. David Shipman next online also coincided with Amanda's rude treatment towards me, saying she did nothing wrong. I never see any other wheelchair users harassed at the pool, made to get out of the pool, interrupted while exercising in the pool, made to park in the hallway and walk in the pool. I have gout, carpal tunnel, knee issues, and mobility issues. I keep letting them know that I can't do all of that and need to be close to access the pool. Every day in March, Amanda sent her staff or she came to harass me about my wheelchair. I am being mistreated, disrespected, and told false information about clearance and placement for my wheelchair. And so that's what that is all about. And to add insult to injury, the VP of membership calls. And what I would do if I had a coworker or a colleague who was acting up, I would say, "You know what? I'm so sorry that you're having an unpleasant experience at the YMCA. Never has anyone apologized for their rude treatment. Never have they said, 'You mean to tell me This happened after you asked them to look at the door with you? You mean to tell me they were told it's because of liability and they didn't ask about ADA and reasonable accommodations and how we have to be very careful not to, in trying to be liable and be free from liability, not to violate ADA policies. And we have to be careful to tell her that she's a problem with her wheelchair because she has a right to use the services like anybody else. Instead, it's the audacity to even have me come to a table and have a staff member walk up to me to say, you're violating the policy. There has to be 50 feet between your wheelchair and the space in the hallway. That don't even make no sense. And I said to Jay, why are you messing with me? In either case, that particular day, I was getting ready to move over to the wall because I needed to plug my wheelchair up. But either case, once I spoke with the ADA, they told me that the policy, there is not a policy on clearance in the way that they're explaining it. The ADA speaks on freedom of the person who has a disability to be able to have enough clearance to be able to move through any facility to get in wherever they need to go. And she said that it is the responsibility of any organization, if you need help, if it's a reasonable help, a helping hand, they are to help you. And so some of this stuff is so ludicrous, I don't even want to read it because it's simply, absolutely, totally unnecessary and false. I'm reading the one that says, we can't allow you to park your wheelchair by the entrance of the pool because it blocks. It wasn't blocking anybody. So we just make up stuff. And all of this is undue duress. And I appreciate you all listening to me because all of this stuff should not even be happening. It's totally unnecessary. Someone is trying to exercise, have been doing the same thing for years, since 2001, accessing the pool, not in the way. My other people come in with walkers and wheelchairs and stuff, and I'll say to them, I even walk up to the lady who had the wheelchair. I said, am I in your way? She says, no. I said, okay. I was making sure. We make sure that my wheelchair doesn't block the bathroom door and make sure that it's pushed as far away as I can out of the way so that people can walk by. And it's been not a problem at all. Because we work as a team, because we're adults. So anywho, I just want to thank y'all for listening to me. I just want to thank you for your support. And I just want you to know that it's okay to speak out. And you can do it politely when you are being wrong. I did tell David, I said, I asked Crystal for the handbook and the policy book, and she said it was online, but I couldn't find it online. And he said, I'll make sure that you get a copy of that on Monday. So hopefully they'll give me a copy of the policy book and I'll have it. Not had a problem. I've been since I was 19, I've been a membership of the Y in Tennessee. I've been living in Clarksville a long time. I've been a member most of my years here. So I've never had a problem until now. And it's just unfortunate. But in either case, thank y'all for rocking with me. Y'all know I'm trying to get me a wheelchair van, so please buy me a cup of coffee. Hit the like button if you can. Please comment, share. And I'll be glad to continue to run my journey. We have to get 5,000 followers, y'all. We want to get 5,000 more subscribers between now and July. Then we'll have like 1 million. So we're continuing on the journey of wellness, weight loss, and all this stuff. So we're going to get back into that a little later. and I am looking forward to continuing to share what's going on with me. Otherwise, I did my hair. See, I put some gel on it. I want to make me a messy bun, so I have to figure out how to make me a messy bun. So I have to make me a messy bun. So we have to get our life back, enjoy ourselves and figure out ways to live life the fullest that we can. Another thing I'm excited about is Nashville. I live right outside of Nashville. The paratransit in Nashville runs until 1 a.m. Is that not the best? That means I can go out, hang out, have a good time, and then they can still bring me home and I can stay. I figured out if I stay in the suburbs, I can still get hotel rooms under $100. So if I'm downtown, I like to stay downtown because it's better because there's a lot to do downtown. But a sister can save like $300. She gonna have to go in the suburbs, and the paratransit does go in the suburbs. So I'm excited about that. So I say to y'all, we've got to get our life back. I gotta fix these teeth. I gotta keep working on my weight. I gotta keep dreaming about what I'm gonna do. I gotta keep doing business, building business. I gotta organize the house. I gotta get my life back. I gotta plan. Well, I gotta pay my car off first. Then I gotta plan a vacation. We just gotta do it, y'all. We just gotta do it. Okay? So y'all have a beautiful day, and thank you for rocking with me. Now look, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to buy me a cup of coffee. And most of all, don't forget to throw up the deuces, because we got to say peace and hair grease. And I'll see y'all later. Peace. Bye.